Selfless, sacrifice, and humble. Those words embodied my dad, Hubert Mills, and on Father's Day week, I think about him and I think about the incredible man that he was. And it wasn't just the moments that he created for us, but it's also who he was. And I can think of no other stories than to tell you these two. My dad was a preacher, and he loved to preach and teach, and he had many opportunities to go back to Bermuda, his homeland, to take churches and become the head pastor. But over time, both he and my mom decided that the best thing that he could do was to stay here in Montreal and give my brother and I the best opportunities for our lives. And so for that, I'll always be indebted, because he took time away from his dream so that we could have our dreams. So that's one that I will always remember, always say thank you, Dad, for what you did for us. And the second one was after he passed away. There was these two sisters that came to talk to my brother and I, and they said, we have to tell you this story. And they had moved to Montreal, their apartment building went up in flames, and they finally found an apartment 2 weeks later. And one night they had a knock on the door, and they wondered who it was. They opened the door, and it was my dad and this other man from church, and they had a fridge and a stove. And they said, how did you even know where we were? And all Dad said was, we think you need these. Didn't even make a big deal about it, no fanfare. He just was selfless, sacrifice, and humble.